with that elastic slingshot.
And
And here we go. All right. Tarzan's going to pull the trigger. He's played this once before.
I know.
And it was terrifying.
I just said it out loud, but I couldn't know it would be today. But the Evelynn is locked in. They do go for a risky last pick jungler to find the picks. They're saying if Jace is extended in the 2v1, they'll explode him. And when they try to load up for the inevitable 4v4 phase, they're going to have one variable that's so hard to account for. Just where is that damn Evelynn?
And also, it's another dive threat because you can use the ultimate and get the hell out of dodge from underneath the turret. So they can once again be very, very dangerous. However, not pre-6 this time around. So we'll see what Griffin do to mitigate that.
It is important to note that I feel like Evelynn's wheelhouse here is either playing around the Jace in the side lanes, of course, can't ever have full tabs on where she is, or a pick after level 6, but kind of before level 11. The reason why I say that is, at some point...
Number 3 right now. Griffin fans in full voice, as Lehen's once again going to be heading towards the mid lane. And Marta's going to get first damage.
A lot of skill names to brush up on. Evelynn back in the LCK.
Yeah.
Only person daring to play it is Tarzan. Threatened for the longest time by Spirit, but Tarzan pulling the trigger. Does have a victory in the LCK, unlike some other champions. I'm looking at you, Heimerdinger. Still hasn't won in the LCK. And Garen is the only champion to never be played next to Nico, who has not been played in the LCK yet.
Yeah, not quite. Although Nico, on this patch, pretty damn strong.
I think on 9.5 and even on 9.4, it's a pretty busted champion that we'll see from time to time in bot and top. But we'll zoom in on what we do see here. It's Khan on his famous Jace. And Griffin well knew it would be first picked. It is the ultimate first pick champion on patch 9.4. And it's Khan's Jace, the pick that propelled him to superstardom on Longzhu in 2017.
He's still working with a pretty gigantic health lead. Azir not exactly the greatest in the early game, though, as you can understand.
And Azir compositionally in the late game is very different, like you mentioned, to Azir in the lane. So for now, at least Aurelia can shrug off damage, be happy enough in the trades. Cleared the most empowered Zac we've seen in a long time.
Yeah.
Trying to find information. Remember, the way to answer Evelynn, especially after level 6, ward those camps. So she's sighted at least for a time. They're actually considering a dive here. Sword, if we're looking about 500, 600 health, but not much more.
Yep. Sword actually going to go aggressive here. Dives back in. As the ghouls are going to get mad as well, but it's going to have to be Clid that tanks up this turret. He's actually just going to close on in here. It's not going to be the elastic slingshot to open this, as he's going to get connected to the tower. The Dark Procession is in there as Clid. Going to land a couple of autos, but the passive is not enough. The flash eventually gets used from Khan, as now the Bloblets should go down to the turret teleport. Has to be invested as Clid does respawn. Khan underneath that turret. So close to going down. The last shot, not enough.
3-7 minutes.
Well, they know that she's now over near Clid, as the charm is going to come in. Just looking to steal this one away, and does so quite easily. Control ward should go down. Tarzan is scary, and he's already starting to become a big beast at the beginning of this game.
Yeah,
Last Caress now available, level 6.
They return to the area where they previously took away Krugs. They're stealing away Red Buff, and Faker was on a recall. So good timing here for these contests. Does mean the increasing lead on Evelynn over the Zac, and the Ruined camp here is really important because the rubber band is going to come much later. This is unless a successful gank is found for Eve to play topside, and maybe the Zac will get free camps later. They want successful ganks, and we talked about returning to Summoners being down.
Yeah, acceleration gank going to come in. Oh, that's a beautiful weight there on the headbutt. He's in the baby cage, and he's dead. The Jace had no chance. Griffin strike.
And because we're so early, there's no Rift Herald to pay till these flashes are back up. But we said we didn't want to have a full judgment. It's all about who returns to the scene of the crime.
Buffs to Azir, being about the attack speed, and buffs to, or changes to Aurelia, much similar as Khan. Gonna get jumped on here. No ignite, but it just looked like it because of how much damage he was taking from the Maiden and Escortees. Okay, there we go. That's the snipe. 50 gold going over to Khan, but Sword is trashing this particular exchange.
But what if Yorick had found some extra CS for a Sheen? Might have been a kill there, so that was only with tabbies. We're seeing a next level. Notice the level lead for Tarzan. He's level 8.
Yep, special delivery on Damata there as well. Unbreakable once again mitigating a lot as Tarzan gonna get knocked up. Clid finally comes on in there, but that's a beautiful head bonk as Tarzan is able to limp away, but Khan has to flash to get out of the Dark Procession as another Pulverize comes on in. Clid does have the Cell Division available once again, but Faker doesn't have teleport. Khan doesn't have teleport, and that means that Clid doesn't have his life.
Everyone packs up and comes bot lane, but it suits Griffin there, the 2-level lead on the jungler there, and early use of the ultimate to get out. Full health, they're getting turret plates as well.
Yeah, Khan actually going to walk up once more. Does have an empowered shock blast for Griffin to deter them from taking this last turret plate, but Tarzan's already on the dragon.
Manages the side of Griffin. All moments like this one.
Yeah, Tarzan's found Khan, and the Death Caress not going to be enough to kill him, but is going to be enough to get the Jace out of here, and guarantee that Shelly goes over to Griffin.
Death may be the hardest CC, but the way to guarantee this should have been DPSing him out, but Khan wants to poke. Smite is down for Tarzan.
Full vision available here as Clid's just going to walk on up. Khan still around the area. We're going for the Smite fight. It's not quite there yet for Tarzan, but Clid's biding his time. They're just waiting for it. His sword just solo kills Khan. He was limping at that stage, but now Lehens might be out of position. The flash, the pulverize, Viper's in range for the Fate's Call, and it's all just a cunning ruse here by Griffin.
But it was an elaborate ruse. It took a lot of tools.
Work for each time. This feels like it's naturally heading towards an advantage for Griffin, but it might stop now as swords get him booped around the Maiden, doing a bunch of work, and that's 800 kill gold
for the side of Griffin.
Oh yeah, actually Teddy CC'd a lot, has to flash to get himself out of the way. The culling is going to come in here though, as Tarzan reveals himself. SKT get under the turret, as Clid does have the elastic slingshot to join this fight.
But every time you see Sword just giving up on a minion wave and rushing towards Jace though, should be pretty aware that Evelyn's likely to be here. Evelyn trying to find Jace, and for now, Jace unawares.
Yeah. Lying in wait here, as he's just going to walk straight up to melee range with Tarzan. The flash comes in, but there's the charm. See you later, mate. Last Caress is going to get him out of there, but Sword was the one tanking. It was unnecessary. The Maiden's going to get to work there on the turret, but he's going to move on back, and Griffin take it all bottom side of the map. Clid's going to turn up, walks over a control.
For Faker, so he's ready for team fight damage, wants to be able to hit multiple members with this build, and even Chovy has quite a decent stack of magic resist. Remember that you also shred magic resist.
Oh
Faker,
my god, barrier or not, you are just dead.
Angel could be the next back, but it's all about playing to your win conditions, playing to your advantages and your disadvantages, and so far Griffin have been just a little bit better as Tarzan shows up and everyone gets the hell out.
Yeah, it's nice timing, but is it actually going to be enough? Good double knock up there as Marta throws down the ultimate, but the Pulverize is also great. Teddy, he has the shield, Viper's in trouble, and Teddy somehow survives! Now in the backline, Khan's keeping everyone busy as Tarzan has been given up. Lehens just pulverizes the Lucian, but look at the Faker damage! That is just insane, as now Sword, not a lot of options, and Chovy's already out of here. This should be Baron and SKT back in the driver's seat.
That is the turning moment. They get the pick onto the Kalista, who goes too aggressively to pick up the kill. Griffin didn't need to do that. They flexed, and now SKT's on Baron.
Yeah, Chovy's trying to grab whatever he can. I believe this will be out of turret, falling in the mid lane for Griffin, but the Baron will go to SKT. 3,000 gold on the other side of the rift, but Viper hasn't been able to find the team fight safety that he had delivered to him on a silver platter in game number 2.
Speaking of the other side of the rift, Sword doesn't have teleport. They're going to lose at least an inhibitor here, and Sword cannot match the pace.
Yeah, Faker is also setting up the Sand Soldiers to make sure that he's safe from an Evelyn flank. Tarzan is lying in wait. He does have an opportunity, but he just can't take it right now. He cannot survive against the SKT onslaught as Faker. Banshee's Veil there, now on cooldown.
Baron buffs have worn out. There's no Baron buff recall. That's why they're pushing to stop SKT from full channel back.
It is actually going to be an even trade, and that is
TP.
in fact, yeah, that's a Baron.
We're seeing a lot of action here.
Yeah, inhibitor, but that's going to be the ultimate to come out from Viper. Throws in the face call. The kidnap is brilliant, though. And that's what we were talking about. Chovy is going to get taken down, but can Sword win the game here off the back of this? Lehens in so much trouble. Viper is going to die. No one's back. No one's there. It's a quadra kill for Teddy, but Khan is the one that gets in.
He can't take a 1v1.
Yeah, can he actually take down Sword? There are minions, but he can't do enough damage. Faker turns up. and now SKT should be able to win the game.
This is what it takes to take down Griffin in the regular season. The one throw, but the close from Teddy plays to his items. He pushes up, and SKT are going to win.
And Griffin the cojones to go for that kind of play, to go for the base trade. In the end, it's going to be SKT walking away with it, but the calculations just minutely off for a sword to be able to win that for Griffin. SKT have done it, the first loss for Griffin. Or they're going to back away.
Tarzan respawns, and all the fans stamping their feet understand that they've done everything except.
This is what I thought the Griffin squad would be able to do. Remember, he's got a Lich Bane. That is so much damage.
But his natural counter the control.
Oh no.
This is so tense. If Khan moves too far, they lose it. Where is Tarzan? Is he around the Baron? Is he around the base? It's the base.
Yeah, Control Ward goes in. There's the flash from Khan. He just wants to kill the Evelyn before she can get there, but Sword has teleported forward. Empowered recalls are going to be available, but Griffin, can they actually make this win? Oh my god! They turn it on its head, and Griffin have won the best of three we've seen in 2019 LCK.
There's a Peke, and there's that finish where actually the Evelyn is a cunning ruse. They get in there, they end the game, and SKT, for all their hard work, for all that adaptation, they go down to Griffin.
Oh my goodness, you can see Viper just launches himself towards Tarzan. They know who the mastermind of that play was. We've mentioned how smart this guy is. That was a next level smart. You can see SKT fans just devastated and barely understand what happened. We could barely understand what was happening as it was happening. And SKT couldn't get back to their own home to defend it.
The 18-0 undefeated season could not have come closer to being ended. It felt like it would end on a whim. SKT had everything ready to go. But it doesn't happen. Griffin get to bow to the fans. They have defeated SKT in one of the most famous best of threes we will ever have the pleasure of casting. And the only thing that SKT, Griffin, and neutral fans can agree is all we need after this is a best of 5.